Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome to the page if it's your first time, or welcome back to one of my many subscribers. Again, thank you so much if you've liked and subscribed to any of my content for the past couple of years. I appreciate it so much, so thank you. If you're new, welcome. Please subscribe. What I want to talk about today is a really easy method to mic your acoustic drum set, and it's really just doing an overhead mic connection with a very basic interface and putting it together that way. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about the setup, what it entails. Okay, again, it's very simple, and it's really just come from me experimenting and figuring a few things out. So yeah, I'm going to kind of go step by step and explain different ways you can do it, different ways you can record yourself. And if you only have an interface, it's very common that most audio interfaces with microphone jacks only have two inputs. So if you only have two inputs, that does limit you, in some ways. But if you want to get a really solid overhead sound and still make your drums sound great, on videos or even on recordings, a lot of people have videos about how they record their drums with like two microphones. And in my case, it's literally two dynamic microphones. That's what I'm using. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Enjoy the video content. Okay, enjoy the ideas I give you. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get right to it. Here we go. Okay, so we have here my Yamaha Rydeen drum set, which is a fabulous drum kit. Not even depending on what level you are in general, this thing is great. And I have it set up here, and what I have is one dynamic microphone on one side, which is hanging from actually some wires that make our garage door opener and our lights work. And if you notice, I have another one that is sort of snaked around up top. It goes this way, okay, comes down on the other side, okay, and I have another one hanging about, I'd say, about maybe 15 inches from the hi-hat. Okay, so both of the mics are about 15 inches from the kit itself on either side. Okay, and that's how I'm capturing my kit, and it's running right to my audio interface, which sits right here. You can see, and it's two inputs. Kind of get a better shot of it so you can see. Okay, but that's it. Okay, it's going right to my audio interface. Okay, and the lines are running right to either side of my drum set, to the left side and to the right side. Okay, and that's basically how we're doing it. That's the setup. Your DAW is going to allow you to either capture input 1 and input 2 together to create a stereo drum track, and that's probably a term you guys have heard before, a stereo drum track, and that's great. The only caveat with it is that, and you'll hear on the examples, you're going to hear specific sounds out of one mic and specific sounds out of the other brought together. But if you're listening with headphones, you'll be able to hear the toms on one side, the toms on the other side, okay, and how it splits all together with the track, which is a very normal way to do things, and it really all depends on what you want to do. For a more standard kind of sound, you can also separate input 1 and input 2, okay, and that way you get two mono tracks, okay, and then you can combine those into one track, so you're getting pretty much the same sound, mono sound, out of the full sound of the kit, okay. So instead of hearing one sound on one side and one side of the other, it's capturing everything at the same time. And additionally, if you have more inputs, you're going to want to definitely do a bass drum track, for if you have a third input and a fourth input, a snare track, and then you're going to combine all those elements together. But again, this is only if you're working with two, okay? So it's very likely that you have some microphones laying around, some dynamic mics, standard dynamic mics, and XLR cables, and you could easily do this if you haven't done it before. But like I said, listen to the way that it sounds differently. I'm also going to throw on there video of just a cell phone recording so you can hear the difference, okay? So when you hear that cell phone recording, you'll be able to hear the difference between how it sounds on your cell phone, okay, if you're just taking videos using straight audio, raw audio from your phone, as opposed to how it would sound, and you have the options that you have with an audio interface, okay? And so, yeah, so again, I'd recommend getting an audio interface if you don't have one, if you want to try to do this, okay? But I hope you guys enjoy and listen to the different, different ways that it can be done, okay? And pick a way that works for you. And again, it's very straightforward. Thanks again. Hope to see you soon.